Is expressed for the following program. If you are easily triggered or offended, please exercise caution while viewing this program because the hosts really don't care. Warning, this show is not for children and not for coworkers either.
He's coming back. Trump's coming back to tax.com. Trump's on his way back. Yes. Yeah. Tweets will be fun again. Hello, everybody. Good morning. I'm JJ. That's Deacon. And this down here is our sinister minister. And we are your two dads, or maybe they're your two dads, or maybe it's us. Either way, you got two and a spare. Monday through Friday at 8 o'clock in the morning to drink coffee and talk about the news, politics, culture, pop culture, comic books, werewolves, aliens, quantum entanglement. Who knows? But it's definitely news you can trust from some guys.
I do have to applaud you once again on your title once again. When the first president of the United States is convicted of a crime, it's one of the biggest stories in the entire world, and it will be in history books for hundreds of years. And do you choose to go with the X story? I have to applaud you on that.
Well, he hasn't been convicted yet. This isn't even his first indictment or his first arrest. No. So, but it is the first time in 2 years that Donald Trump has come back to Twitter.
I was reading last night. Why a mugshot this time? Why not a mugshot the other 3 times?
Yeah, because the reason is because the Democrats in New York understood that if they got a mugshot of Donald Trump, he could raise money off of that. I guess the ones in Georgia were
Georgia.
Like, in Georgia, they're just
down in Georgia,
a little bit more crazy. And they're just like, no, we're going to get him. And it's going to just intimidate everybody. And the first thing Donald Trump does is like come out of it. He was like, this is very unfair. This is totally corrupt down here. And then he posts on Twitter. He posts his own mugshot. And guess what it does? Let me show you guys. Have you seen this?
Wait a minute. Yeah.
Oh, you want to? Oh, we got. Oh, yeah. We're going to see this. And then we'll do our normal stuff in a second.
Everybody.
Look here. DonaldJTrump.com. Donald J. Trump, real Donald Trump on Twitter.com. Okay. And he has not posted since January 8th, 2021. And after that, this is the next post. And it is a post 11 hours ago to DonaldJTrump.com. Mugshot, August 24th, 2023. Election interference, never surrendered, DonaldJTrump.com. Now, if you click on this link,
yeah,
it does not go to DonaldJTrump.com.
Sale website does it take you to?
It goes to winred.com, and where you definitely have the opportunity to donate to the Trump campaign.
Mugshot's already up there.
Oh yeah.
These Georgia people, I don't think they knew what they were doing.
Major contributors.
I saw one of the little gotcha articles that basically said, and there was so many comments under it from liberals talking about, and it was, we're gonna get to his height and weight will finally be released. We're gonna see Donald Trump's height and 6'2", 215. Is he 6'2" or 6'4"?
Seriously? I didn't see that.
6'3", 6'4", 215. He weighs 215 pounds.
Dang, Donald Trump.
He's normal.
He's doing all right.
Guy.
He's doing all right.
A normal person.
Where is that? I want to see that. Let's put that on TV.
Did I not post that?
Is that in the Reuters story?
No, hang on.
I got them ad blocked.
Added that to the,
Continue without supporting them. Let's see.
I'm sure it's on Al Jazeera.
I saw that this morning. I thought I posted that story, but maybe I didn't.
Man, yeah, you got to find that. If you find that, that's great.
Yeah, let me see if I can find it.
Height.
But go ahead.
It's not in the Reuters story. So Donald Trump yesterday, 7:30 p.m. This guy knows how to run the media. I'm telling you. He announces yesterday in the middle of the day, I'm going to show up at 7:30 at night to Georgia to be arrested. And this is the most, he does his whole thing. So not only did he totally dominate the Republican primary like 2 days ago, he's also going to dominate the news cycle this weekend with his mugshot. And he's going to raise millions of dollars for his reelection. And he's making the rest of the Republicans look like clowns. They're totally ineffectual. The only thing that the House Republicans are doing are sending a letter. They did not even send a subpoena to Fani Willis. They did not even send a requirement that you must come talk to us in the congressional house. They just sent a letter. The House Republicans are weak, so weak. So anyway, we're going to see what happens. In jail, Trump is listed at 215 pounds. Oh, wow. Hey, you take a couple years off.
Yeah, he looks good.
Some golf. Honestly, he's doing all right.
243 pounds in 2019 when he was president. Yeah, his height is 6'3". Have you seen how tall? Have you seen a picture of Barron lately?
I think I saw one a couple months ago. He's like 7 feet tall.
Like he's like 9 feet tall. Holy moly. This kid, he's just the cutest little chubby faced, cherub faced kid smiling and whatnot. But his arms are like, he's like Slender Man right there.
looks like a scary cartoon character. Yeah. There was a lady that threatened the life of Trump and I think Barron and maybe Donald Trump, and they scooped her up. You guys got to be careful. Look, I know everybody gets angry about Trump or whatever, but if you hate this guy so much, you just feel like you got to express yourself. You just need to clamp down on that shit just a little bit, because if you go out there and say some shit like I'm gonna end the president, FBI shows up or whoever, and they will take you into custody. So contain your rage, people that hate Trump.
Just contain your rage,
okay.
General.
Contain your rage in general. Yeah. All right. So good morning, everybody. And Deke got some cultural music for us this morning. He's on the radio right now. Hey, how you, Mr. Minister? Sinister Minister.
I'm good.
How's it doing in your neck of the woods?
It's hot,
as they say.
It's hot, and I'm going south next week, so I need it to not be as hot.
Well, it is. Yesterday when I got in my car and I started home from work, it's been, we've been talking about how hot it is, hot. Mm-hmm. It was 110 degrees in my car, 110, and I start driving on the road, and it starts raining. It is raining. And it's 110 degrees.
It's raining there where you are?
It rained for like 5 minutes. It was 110 degrees and it rained. And it was, I looked up at the rain and I was like, how is it possible that the rain is hitting my car and at the same time it is 110 degrees outside?
So this dome of heat that me and Minister are right on the edge of, I mean, y'all are kind of in the middle of it, kind of off center, but we're right on the edge of it and we're still getting it. It's like, it was terrible here. But it's causing I've been paying attention to this and I usually don't, but it's causing the weather, the storm systems to kind of make a circle around it over the United States. So you've got these storm systems. The jet stream is going over it now and coming down through Ohio, because Ohio is getting some nasty weather because the jet stream normally comes through the United States, like that. Well, it's going way up and over this heat dome, and it's causing the weather to go around in a circle, like a huge circle, like from Virginia, North Carolina, down into the Gulf of Mexico, over through like Texas, West Texas, and all the way up through Canada and the upper like Utah and North Dakota and stuff. It's it's so weird how this weather's doing this. So they're kind of, some of the weather people that I were watching were they weren't concerned, but they were like, this is concerning because we've never seen anything like this before. And this is something that could happen.
Wow.
So
Climate change. Yeah. We should be leaving more forests unattended so that we have environmentalism and dry stuff out and burn it.
all right, I got
Climate change.
I got a good song for you both today. You both will remember this
Yeah.
song. And
Morning.
it is a 90s song. I have added it to, did I add? I don't know if I've added it over there yet, but our song is.
Oh, yes.
Oh my God. This song was so many times.
They played this song all the time back in the day.
Oh,
But it
my
was so
God.
identifiable because, like I put down there, the lead singer, Brad Roberts' voice, he had a big, this is how he sang the song that, it was just so different that of any 90s stuff that you heard. This was like middle 90s, 96, 97-ish.
Could you imagine getting a call from him or calling him and talk to him on the phone? Hello.
Oh,
I mean, it would just be like, wait, what?
Let me see if she's here.
No, she's.
oh, I
on the
forgot to put
road
it in.
trip. Yeah, you could have a whole song with it.
All right, there you go, JJ. If you want to listen to it, so
Man,
That was a great album. Oh man,
That was a good album. Yeah, there were other really good songs on there. I don't know if I ever bought another
I
Crash
did.
Test Dummies
Oh,
album,
no,
but
that was the
I
only-
had that one. Yeah, I don't even remember what it was called. I just remember that I had that album. So good stuff there. I've been trying to play some 90s stuff with JJ. It excites me.
million years
When I-
since I've heard that.
When
song.
I played
Probably
when
3
the
months.
Sneaker Pimps yesterday and
Yeah.
JJ got excited
Yes.
for that, I was like, holy moly, man. I couldn't believe
Yeah.
Sneaker Pimps. That was
Yeah, sneaker pumps.
all right, cool.
That's pretty good stuff. The Crash Test Dummies, the band, the name always reminded me, and I know you guys probably remember, there was this time back in the 90s, maybe the late 80s, when they had these TV commercials that were about Crash Test Dummies. I think they were about
Vince
insurance
and
or
Steve? Was it Vince?
Yeah,
and
something
Steve?
like
the
that.
Cartoon series.
Yeah.
It was a cartoon show.
Crash
Yeah.
Test Dummies.
Yeah, I don't remember what they were selling, but they were selling
They weren't
something.
selling
and
anything.
They were on all the
They were trying to get. They were safety. They were safety.
Oh, was it really like
Propaganda.
a PSA type
Yeah.
thing? But it was a fun PSA
Yeah,
thing.
it was good. It was good.
How come we haven't had that in the last 30 years? How come the government's
Don't ask
stopped
questions you
trying
don't
to just
want answered.
educate us to keep us safe, and instead they're just trying to dominate our minds and lives? All right.
Vince
Yeah.
and Larry. Vince and Larry. The Crash Test Dummies.
I'll take
Yeah.
your word for it.
There was a time when we had TV and we had commercials, and the commercials were entertaining, including this. This was it was entertaining.
Yeah.
We were raised on commercials. Like Thundercats was a
Yeah.
30-minute long commercial.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. He-Man was
Yeah.
nothing but a commercial. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's true for all of the 1980s Saturday morning cartoons.
saw-
They were all
I saw a meme the
Trying to
other
sell
day,
products.
and the young dude. It was a tweet and a response is what this meme was, and the dude was like, "I can't imagine being alive back in the 80s and 90s when y'all didn't have internet. What y'all doing? What y'all do in the house all day? I would be so bored in the house
in the
all day."
house.
And that's what the person said. The person said
Get outside.
they literally had to play a commercial that said, "It's 10 p.m. Do you know where your children are?" Because we were never at home.
yeah,
That was the
running around
literal
on the
commercial.
street
Come home when the
outside.
streetlights come on.
Yeah,
Do you know where your children
Yes.
are?
better not be out past the street
And
lights.
you knew everybody's whistle too. Every parent had a different whistle.
Yep.
Oh, gotta go.
Crap, that's my mom. I gotta go.
Yeah. Wow. We lived in a different time.
Yes.
And the thing is, we lived in the normal time. And I'm not personally responsible, but we collectively are responsible for all the kids now living in a weird time.
We are living in a time unlike any in recorded history that we have, because we were brought up before the internet. So we learned all of the ways of the world before the internet. Unfortunately, the world completely changed. The way we do everything in the world has completely changed in the middle of our lifetime. So we are, and our children have grown up in this new world, so they never knew their grandparents, our parents' world. So we're caught in the middle of this old world and new world. Our children are in the new world and our parents are stuck in the old world, but we are. And I've asked this question. This is my philosophical smoky a joint and ask this question. Why are we living in this time period right now? How come I am not living in the 1850s or the 1200s? How come I am living right now at the precipice of human change, unlike any that's ever been recorded in human history? We're in the middle.
Don't you think every generation though has been able to make that argument?
Good point. Yes.
I mean, like my grandparents, they didn't have a TV. Like there wasn't TVs.
Good point.
My grandpa, he would rather have ridden a horse than a car. And I mean, he was a cowboy. But
some of those things are not as a world changing, in my opinion, as what the internet has done for
information
everything in the world.
Information, we are so much different than I think any other generation.
You know, maybe it's the internet that's causing psychosis or whatever, but, you know, the internet might just be one symptom of the fact that we have it so easy. We have it so easy. It is so easy for you to have food and shelter. It's easier than it's ever been for anybody in human history. It's also easier for you to communicate with relatives or friends or whatever distantly. But we have it so easy. We do not have the daily stresses of, I hope I can find some food. I hope I can hunt something. I hope my crops don't wither before I can harvest them. We have no stress. And so we are inventing stress. We are inventing shit to be upset about because we are literally manufacturing psychosis and conflict because we don't have we don't have the real human struggles of survival that our species is designed to encounter and overcome. That's what we are designed to do. And we don't have that problem. So we're just like inventing other problems to have to deal with. Yeah. So the internet is just like, it's one symptom. I think the internet is definitely causing like mass psychosis though. It's causing people to lose their minds. We have boys thinking they're girls thinking they're boys. Some people thinking that they're dogs. It's like, we jumped the shark as a species. So, you know what I mean?
All right. Yeah.
Anyway, so we got some. Aside from Trump, go ahead.
I was going to move on. You're doing.
Yeah, I'm just going to move us on. I saw this story a couple days ago, and I didn't cover it, but then it came back up. So Richter says the internet has changed the social landscape in a way nothing has before. Exactly.
Everything. Yeah.
So far, and you know what? Something is going to come next that we can't even think of, and it's going to screw up humans even more.
It's AI. I've told you, it's AI.
That's the next thing.
It's going to, when the internet is in your head,
we're going to have drone swarms patrolling our cities, and
AI is the latest one. I argued with my owner of our radio stations is 84. He's been in radio since he was like 16. Okay. And radio didn't change for 70 freaking years of his life. 60 years of his business, radio did the exact same. And near the end of his life now, it's completely changed. And I have been arguing with him for 5 years about we got to do this different. We've got to change. We've got to do this different. And it feels like I've been banging my head up against a wall, basically. So finally last year they basically were like, whatever, do whatever, And so I did whatever. And look what happened. I won the freaking Kentucky Country Music Association Radio Station of the Year and the DJ of the Year award.
Yeah. You just had to.
Adapted.
Progress a little bit.
Let me ask this question. First, you all remember the first time you saw The Matrix, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay, it's one of my top favorite movies, top 3.
I was going to bring this up a minute ago. We're living in the Matrix. That's why we're living in this time period.
Neo first plugged in and he's like, I'm going to learn Kung Fu. I thought that was the coolest thing ever. And he just keeps learning everything.
I know.
I thought, man, how cool would that be to learn something? Would you do that?
Yeah,
I have a different view now.
And I think that's probably achievable to a degree, because muscle memory and all that crap is,
muscle memory.
All right, but Deke, we're not that far off from you being able to have a Neuralink stuck in your brain. So would you actually stick a Neuralink thing in your brain and then you could download French or you could download
you can download some accidental malware and whatever thing you're like totally screwed. I mean, just think of how twisted it could be if it's not pure.
Oh, it's going to get bad.
Yeah.
It's going to get bad because at first it'll be like, oh, this is so cool. I have constant access to the internet or whatever. And then there will be a malware. Malware will be a problem. And then it'll be like, oh, we have to have more control over how we send each other messages. And then sooner or later, it'll be like, oh, well, some people get the basic access to the Neuralink net.
Can you imagine?
And then other people.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
That's okay.
I do that all the time. I'm so sorry.
So some people will get basic access, right? And then there will be the people that can pay a little bit more and they'll be able to have better access. And then not only will they be able to transmit their messages to your Neuralink things, they might even be able to I'm going to really bad people. I'm going to just change the way his brain interprets what he sees. I'm going to change the way his brain interprets what he hears. Or
you, if a lot of people have this and you're sitting around in a bus or you're waiting somewhere in a large group of people and somebody could hack someone else and make them do something. Yeah.
Yeah. So do you want this installed still?
Oh, I wasn't going to install it anyway, but I thought it was cool if we could just download something. I know Kung Fu. Everybody,
so we're cool. Are we going to live in the Matrix, or are we going to live in Shadowrun? Maybe it'll be Shadowrun.
I would like Shadowrun.
We can have Deckers.
Yeah. I would much rather like Shadowrun.
All right.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Richter says he's not going to get that thing. He's going to die a human. He said, I'm going to die a human. Yeah, and he says he'd be living in a Faraday cage. The only way you could protect yourself would be to isolate yourself from all radio waves. Yes, hilarious. All right. So, guys, a couple of days ago, the owner of a newspaper in Kansas was raided by I guess the police, and they raided her home. What?
Describe the owner.
Oh, she's 98 years old, but she's the owner of a newspaper, and I don't know what the reason was. There was some sort of crime or case that they were trying to get evidence together.
From what I understand, I think the newspaper was investigating and poking their nose where some people didn't want her to poke their nose. So this was a retaliatory thing against the newspaper. It was an anonymous type.
You think so?
I think from what I remember reading about this.
So check this out. Here is video of the actual raid. Lady.
Don't you touch any of that stuff.
I don't like seeing this kind of stuff.
This is my house.
She is the police. Okay, so you got I'm just gonna pause it. You got the guys back in here just doing their job, right? I'm just police. I'm just doing my job.
That's not an I hate that excuse. I'm just doing my job.
Oh yeah,
we're all humans. All right, you're a human being. Okay,
and they're
That's what
trying
the
to be
executioner
polite
said
and
was, I'm
civil.
just doing my job.
Yeah, and she goes on to tell them, "Get out of my house, get out of my way." I'm just going to skip it. Get out of my house, get out of my way. I'm going to see what he's doing, and they're trying to be respectful, but they're still in her house, rummaging through her stuff. They have paperwork, they have a warrant, whatever. This woman, 98 years old, and as you say, probably, possibly because they were trying to intimidate her, she died the next day.
No,
The police raided her house, and she died the next day.
I don't mean that the
Probably
police
from stress.
were intimidating. It was intimidation from the police,
The
but I don't think it was
situation.
caused the situation. I think that it was from something else. It's from what I read. It wasn't the police. You know, she was, and they just called the police and said, "We think that she's blah 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 blah." I don't remember what it was now.
Yeah.
I just looked
So-
through it, and then I saw this today where she had died, and I didn't hear that. I saw this when it first happened.
The prosecutor in the county that was going to use this evidence to do this case, he ended up dropping the case because there wasn't enough evidence. So they raided her house to collect evidence. There wasn't any or enough evidence to even have a case in the first place. So maybe it's unjustified. And the police do what they're told. We're going to just go in the house of whoever we have a warrant for, and we're just going to do what we're told. Sorry, ma'am. Sorry. And it caused her a great deal of emotional distress. And at 98 years old, you can't recover from that stuff like you can now.
Who initiated the tip?
That's what I don't remember.
That's what's really important.
Yeah, that's what I had read somewhere, and I don't remember that now because it's been like 3 or 4 or 5 days ago or whatnot. It was the other day when this happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's sad. I saw that.
Thought that, yeah, terrible. Oh, let's see. We got some more heartbreaking news, but we have some good news coming up. Guys, we've talked many times about the border, and like, I'm all for legal immigration. I'm against illegal immigration. I don't want anybody getting hurt. I definitely don't want kids or women being hurt. And we have a case from, I think, yesterday. Human smugglers abandon migrant children in a heat wave along the Texas border. So these people bring these kids in, probably use them as like
Drug mules?
Mules. I'm going to say mule, but I don't know what the right word is. These smugglers will get these kids and they'll cross the border with the kids. And then if they're encountered, they're like, I'm here with my kid. And then they get kind of like relaxed, treatment from the CBP. Well, once they don't need them anymore, toss, right? So this young girl and a young boy, the Texas Department of Public Safety troopers rescued 2 young migrant children who had been abandoned in a bushy area by human smugglers along the Rio Grande border with Mexico. The children are 4 years old and 7 years old, and they only had a sheet of paper with a contact number for 2 relatives in Alabama. The cartels or the smugglers or the coyotes have no regard for human life. Not really. They only care about getting the dollars from smuggling these people.
Yeah.
These kids could very well have just died in the desert. And this is a consequence. I'm going to say it's a consequence of Joe Biden's weak border policy, inviting people to cross the border and to dump kids. Joe Biden maybe has done more to harm women and children than any other president in history, because there's millions of people crossing the border and thousands upon thousands of women being attacked, children being attacked, and being treated badly. So I just want to put a little highlight on that. I don't know if you guys have any too much to say about border issues in Kentucky.
No, we don't face the issues that you face in Texas.
We got plenty of migrant workers in the area that may or may not be legal. I had a neighbor across the street a couple of years ago. Sweet couple. I had to let's see here. How can I word things? he got in trouble one night. He and his brother got off from work, went and got drunk. He was sleeping in the back of the car. Brother was driving. Cops pull him over, and cop says, "Hey, you DUI, you're going to jail. Wait, you're not even legal." And then he wakes up in the back seat and says, "Hey, you can't arrest my brother without arresting me," because he's drunk. And I was in and out of the local detention center trying to help the family out, get things straightened out. Apparently, her visa, the wife's visa, had expired as well. And the reason her visa expired was because the president at the time had made several disparaging remarks against individuals from her end of the world, and she didn't feel it safe to go back to renew her visa. So it was just a whole big ICE situation, trying to figure out how we can legally get her back to her home. And they had a kid while they were here. He was like 4 about the time all this went. It was just
was he born while he was here?
Yeah.
He's a legal citizen.
He has dual citizenship.
Yeah.
And so she and I have talked through this. I mean, we still keep in contact. She's back in Mexico now. And I'm like, he does have rights here in America. But it's a whole big, huge mess.
And that's the thing. It's like, there's a lot of, I think that the story is told as though there's people that are anti-brown or anti-immigrant or whatever. It's just not the case.
No.
It's not the case. The landscape of our country is being changed. I mean, there might be some people that have those attitudes or whatever.
There's still people with those attitudes. Absolutely, there are.
Yeah, that's for sure. That's not the characterization of everybody that says, "Hey, you can't have no border and still have a country."
Right.
So, and the people that are coming here absolutely understand your country sucks. Bad policies, bad politics, bad drugs, bad crime, bad place for you to raise your kid. So are you going to rationally take all kinds of risks and break law you don't care about in order to make a better life for your kid? Of course you are. That makes sense. And at the same time, if we don't try to keep our own country secure, and then we're not going to have a country. Right. It's gonna stop being America.
It's going to turn into what they're trying to leave. You're fleeing from to get to a better place to raise your children, and it's going to turn into the place that you fled from. Is what it is.
And the real human experience for the people that are here is that many of us have lives and relationships that are deeply complicated because it's no longer like, me and all of mine are American. Well, me and all of mine and some of my relatives and their kids and whatever. It's no longer simply a matter of like, take all these illegal immigrants and send them out of the country. Well, no, you got some people that have been here so long. Yes, they broke the law, but they've been here so long. They established their lives. They had their kids. They're rooted in our community. They're our friends and neighbors and brothers and sisters and cousins and Congress and congressional members. Yeah. I mean, members of our churches and whatnot. And you don't want to hurt people.
Yeah.
Right.
So
and I had individuals
there has to be
that were in federal positions that were willing to help to figure out how they can help navigate the situation. I know an ICE agent. Talk to him, and he was trying to help get this all squared away, because these weren't while the husband definitely illegally entered, he had been kicked out a couple times already. That's why all the extra stuff. She came legally, and she worked legally.
Right.
Then everything expired.
But the paperwork ran out.
Yeah. And I get all that, but they were good neighbors, good people doing good things, and just there are good stories
that we care about.
Yeah,
you come over here to this country illegally, and you snuck in, and you're here, and you work in our community, and you help neighbors, and you be neighborly, and you do all this for 20, man. That's all we care about. If I found out one of my neighbors was here illegally, and I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to keep my damn mouth shut because I like him. He's a nice guy.
Right.
I don't want to do anything detrimental to his family. All right, I got a.
But we have to take. I'm sorry. Before we go, we have to take the stance. We have to take the voice of like, despite the fact that we love many of these people, we have to close the border.
Yeah, I mean,
from illegal trafficking, because the women, children, drugs, murder, bodies on both sides of the borders. We have to. The only way to stop that is to stop the porous border. Put people through the gates that are legal, get paperwork, check them or whatever. Stop the cartels. Stop the power
process
of the underworld.
Make the process of becoming a legal citizen in America. Excuse me, in America. Not such a year like it. 5.
Oh my God! It takes forever.
Make it simplified so that we don't have to have these coyotes running these people and these people in indentured slavery
for
years.
That's what it is.
Way to stop it. Hey, instead of paying this guy and doing this and going over the border illegally, you can go over here. We'll let you in. You can do this, but you got to accomplish this, this, and this within a certain time period. I have a friend that just moved up from Florida. He was my high school best friend. He moved down to Florida for about 20 years, and he just moved back up. And we've kind of gotten back together once a week, and we'll talk and stuff. And he's married to a Costa Rican woman that became a legal citizen over here. And he was like, "Oh yeah, when she took her test, I helped her study for her test, and blah blah blah." And I said, I bet she knows more about the American history than I do. And I love American history. I like to read about it all the time. He was like, yeah, that crap that she had to study, I had no clue, never even learned in high school. And she was talking about her son, his stepson, who's 18 or 19, just passed his test and became a legal citizen over here. He had been working forever. So I got to change the story here for you, JJ. I thought you would like this story.
All right.
We talked about this the other day, yesterday maybe, about Prigozhin's jet.
Oh, yes.
Fell out of the sky.
Prigozhin.
Yeah, Prigozhin. Yeah, so a flight attendant who was aboard the Wagner boss's private jet when it crashed Wednesday had phoned relatives to say that the flight was delayed due to some strange repairs. Christina Rasipova was among the 10 people killed when the aircraft plummeted to the ground.
Oh, no.
A family member of the 39-year-old told the Telegram, blah, 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 that the jet had been taken away for some kind of incomprehensible servicing or repairs ahead of the flight. Another source quoted the channel, however, insisting the jet was constantly under supervision, making it impossible for anyone to have implanted anything on it. Well, I mean, are you going to go from
under supervision by who? Russia?
Are you going to go from a talking head, or are you going to go from old chick who's like, we're being delayed, they're fixing the flight for some reason, I don't know, but okay, I'll talk to you later.
So, okay, let me just say, okay, Prigozhin, the Wagner group warlord boss, and possibly enemy of Putin and the state, died suddenly in the plane crash. And you know, it's never good when anybody dies.
No.
It's very possible, because planes crash, it's very possible that this was a normal, routine accident or something that caused a plane crash.
Did you ever watch the show The Americans?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, it's totally possible.
Carrie Russell.
Yes.
Yeah.
They're actually married in real life.
Oh, are they really?
Yes. I did not know that.
Wow.
Yeah. Deke, have you watched the show?
Carrie Russell, Wyatt Russell, Kurt Russell. The whole Russell family is just great on screen.
You need to watch
Amazing.
The Americans.
You haven't seen The Americans, Deke?
Oh, my God.
Oh, do you like Soviet era spy stuff?
I am a Soviet era spy fanatic.
So this is actually, it was written by a CIA guy, but I think it was based on an FBI case called Operation Ghost or Silver Ghost or something like that. There were Russian spies living in the U.S.
In the United States, I've heard that.
Yeah, it's
okay. I'll watch it. That sounds.
You should.
It's pretty cool. It's pretty good. Yeah,
Love the ending.
the first season is so good. I don't know. I don't remember how it ended.
I got
Um,
one more before you move on to
well,
something. I had one more.
I
that
just want
wanted
to ask: do you believe that the plane accidentally crashed, or do you think maybe something else happened?
My answer to that question depends on how large our Russian audience is.
You will never know how large our Russian audience is. Again, watch The Americans, Deke.
I will.
Your next door neighbor who just moved back from Florida, who you knew all growing up.
Oh, hey,
What do you know about
he
his
likes
parents?
to.
we were just
He does like to-
talking about illegal immigrants
he
also.
does
So
like
you
his
guys, hey, you
own
guys,
vodka from potatoes.
cool, you're
Now
welcome.
That you say that, Sinister.
yeah.
What about caviar?
That's weird. Okay, I got another one. This is kind of a
Yes.
political story here for you. Again, I wanted to point out something that they are doing to you, that they can do to you. Fox TV license renewal may be in jeopardy as the FCC invites public response. This is something that I would see, because when I see those letters FCC, I look at whatever it is, because the Federal Communication Commission controls everything that I do here in the radio. So I've
Yeah.
seen this.
Yeah.
You might look over this story. I read this story. I want to point out something to you that's happening. A
All right.
Fox TV broadcast station's license renewal is now facing an uncommon level of scrutiny by the FCC, with the FCC taking a rare step of allowing a broader public input on a petition to deny the station's
Oh, wow.
application. So basically, radio and television stations have to petition the FCC every so often to renew our license. We have to do it. Mine is over here on the wall. I have to post it on the wall. If the FCC comes in here and I don't have it on the wall, I get a big ass fine. So it's right over there on the wall, and it is renewed up to 2026 or something, whatever it is. And when 2026 comes around, we have to file all this paperwork and all of these things saying we want to renew our broadcast license for this channel and this area for this station. Okay. And the FCC can straight up go yes or no. They're probably going to say yes. But if they've had a lot of complaints to the radio station for some reason or another, they might flag it and look into it to see what the public scrutiny is. So that's very rare to do, but they do that. And this is what they're doing to this television station. Why are they doing that, Mr. Andy? You ask me. I'm glad you asked.
Yeah, why are they doing that?
Yeah.
They are saying that Fox has this TV station, WTXF in Philadelphia, is the only Fox-owned television station that's currently up for renewal. An advocate group called Media and Democracy Project, MAD, the Media and Democracy Project, petitioned the FCC to deny the renewal, arguing that they have repeatedly aired false information about election fraud, sowing discord in the country, and contributing to harmful and dangerous acts on January 6th, 2021.
False information.
Fox International
So,
News Distribution, sanctioned at the highest levels of its corporate structure and fabricated by management and news hosts, amounts to misconduct that violates the FCC's policy on the character required of broadcast licenses, and was so egregious. I have trouble saying that word, as to shock the conscience, the petition said, asking for an evidentiary hearing into Fox's misdeeds.
So, first of all, how do you know what is false information?
Good question, JJ. That is a very good question. MAD, the Media and Democracy Project, you've hurt their feelings by doing this. And so now they have somebody or some bodies in power that they pulled some strings to do this. Somebody with a lot of money. They could be a local judge, a local lawyer, somebody on the state level, somebody on the national level. Someone pulled some strings to get this done with the FCC to basically, it's to bully them. It's to be like, shut your damn mouth. Or you see what we can do.
You know,
shut your mouth.
maybe the White House needs to come up with some sort of an organization to tell people what's true information and what's not true information. That'd be one way for us to have a common set of facts, right? If we just had the government tell us what we're allowed to think is true, that seems like a good idea.
That
Real efficient.
that is one way to do it.
Okay. Here's a story I wanted to make sure we checked out.
Okay.
This is an exclusive on Breitbart.com. It's chest feeding month, guys. Chest feeding month.
It's what? man?
Chest feeding month. Yeah, it's for the people that feed other human beings from their chest.
You mean breastfeeding? Because since humans have breasts, like look down and touch right here. You see this? The pectoral muscle? That's the pectoral muscle. It's also called a breast.
Yeah, but not all chest feeders are female. So chest
I'm
feeding
not
is
a
a little
female,
more broad.
JJ. You're not a female, JJ. Are you? I'm sorry. I assumed that you were male. How asshole-ish of me.
U.S. Customs and Border Protection employees received an agency email on Tuesday honoring National Breast/Chest Feeding Month. However, employees say they have yet to receive any significant message regarding the department's relief and recovery efforts for the Miami wildfire.
I saw the picture of the trans person, man who's now a woman, breastfeeding that child. Did you see that picture?
I've seen some things like that.
That to me, he should have. I did not like that picture.
It's not good.
No, that picture did not sit well with my my beat.
We're in our 40s. All of us are in our 40s, and we all have kids. And your kids are not quite out of the house yet. Not all of them, anyway. My kids are very young.
I'm trying to keep my 18-year-old in the house. She's wanting to move out so bad, and I'm like,
so I would say, despite it's not our personal fault, our generation has raised this generation, and this generation is crazy. And I have grave fears for the following generation. Because if there can be a next generation, because this generation is self-sterilizing themselves.
I feel sorry for this generation now that's going to be having kids within the next 10 to 15 years because of the state of not only the state of the country, but I feel sorry for them in the sense of where we are in the world. They're on the precipice of this new technology and all this crap, and it's only going to get. You know how fast we've seen things change from 1990 to like now. How things changed over the course of like 5 years. I remember when YouTube was just some stupid little thing. And my buddy remembers, he was like, you remember when Yahoo was sending, when all these companies first started back in the day, they would send out free stock, little free penny stocks. And
really?
He got this, it was like 5 free Yahoo stock for this brand new search engine company. And he was like, I remember getting this. Here's your 5 free Yahoo stock that I never got. And we were looking at it at the time, and Yahoo at the time had split like 3 times. And I was like, that 5 free stocks would be worth like $700 to you now, something for $700 free money.
Yeah.
So,
you see how fast everything's changed?
Yeah.
The kids, how
did
fast
you all
did it change for
see
the
the
kid?
movie Idiocracy?
Oh,
That's
yeah. I think I
JJ's
have that
favorite
right.
movie.
Okay,
That's his
I hadn't
favorite
seen
movie.
it till just recently. Somebody has been like,
really?
you've got to watch it. You've got to watch it. You've got to watch it.
He made me
It's a
watch it.
documentary.
Yeah.
Oh, my
Yeah.
word. Yeah. It-
It is prophetic. that movie
I was so
is the
angry.
closest thing to modern prophecy.
Let me tell you a fact about that movie, Sinister, that you don't that you'll like. So when they were making that movie, JJ knows the fact I'm going to tell because my wife hates these. Ashley hates these. So when they were making that movie, the wardrobe designers were like, you can look this up. The wardrobe designers were like, we need a stupid ass shoe that all these idiots in the future wear. We need some dumbass shoe that we would wear. So they started looking everywhere, and they found this company that made these weird ass plastic shoes with holes in them. So they got these shoes for the movie, and what happens? The whole freaking world is wearing Crocs. They made a joke about it in the damn movie, and I've got a pair.
So
I love Crocs.
the premise, if anybody doesn't know this movie, you need to watch it. But basically, the really intelligent people stop having kids because they're looking for the right time. They're looking for all the right. Meanwhile, these idiots like Cletus are like having like 17, 18 kids. And their kids are having 17, 18, 20 kids.
Yeah.
And you have this population boom from the lower ends of society, population decline from the smarter, and as society just gets dumber and dumber and dumber.
This movie is true. It's a documentary in advance.
It is a documentary, a premonition documentary. It really is. It's wonderful. And I had never seen it. I always seen it, but I never watched it. And I knew what it was. JJ one day was like,
it's one of the best movies of all time.
Like, you've never seen that? You've got to watch that.
Yeah.
It's required viewing. All right, let's do this yin yang story, and then we'll end up on.
So I
and then
just
we'll do
wanted to talk about this story because it's being misinterpreted on the internet from what's going on in this story. Oh, did you bring it up? Okay.
Yeah, I just got it up. You can talk about it.
Yeah, you're good. So basically what's going on is talking about quantum entanglement earlier, all this weird stuff that we found out of all the crazy crap that they do. And so basically in a nutshell, quantum entanglement is I can be here in Kentucky and be quantum entangled, a particle here in Kentucky and be quantum entangled with a particle in Texas with JJ. And when I snap my fingers, they snap their fingers too. And if I do a dance, they do a dance. And if I have a goatee, they have a goatee. Do what?
They or he?
The way the so like the idea is like if a quantum entangled particle has a certain spin or rotation on it and it changes, the matching particle would change its rotation.
No matter the distance. No matter the distance. So it could be completely across the galaxy. And you do one thing and it's going to change the other thing. And they've seen this happen. So what they did, what is being said is by these people that did not read the article or read the article but didn't understand the big $5 words. What they are saying in all these little videos are they did this quantum entanglement and they found a picture of a yin yang, and this is what it looks like from the minutest level, this yin yang, and they're showing this picture of this yin yang, all right, and whatnot. That's right. What they did was that they basically like told the molecules to look like a yin yang here in Kentucky, and over in Texas they look like a yin yang.
Yeah.
That's so they just picked the yin yang symbol. They could have picked the peace
that was their
sign. But it's I've seen a new number of little videos and whatnot of these people that are misinterpreting what this means. What the crap is going on Discord? Oh, my thing's going bonkers. So I just wanted to point this out because I started watching this the other day and I was like, oh, this is cool. And then I started seeing these little videos and these people talking about this is cool. Look what's happened. And they're misinterpreting the whole thing of the article. I mean, it even says it in the first paragraph there. It says making them appear as a stunning quantum yin-yang symbol. They missed that whole word, making them appear.
So they have some sort of a camera that's quantum entangled, and they showed a picture of a yin-yang at one end, and they got a picture of a yin-yang at the other end.
Yeah, they have this super crazy camera.
According to them.
Biphoton digital holography uses an ultra-high precision camera and could be used to massively speed up future quantum measurements.
Do we actually know how to quantum entangle things?
Science tells us we do.
But do we know how to actually do it? Can we take two things and be like entangled? How do we do that?
No. We still don't. No matter what the scientists say that we can do, I don't think that we still know what the crap's going on.
I'm going to say cool story, bro, but I don't believe it until I see something more evidence.
Well, you're not going to believe anything. You're one of those people that you give up on trying to prove because you're like, I just don't. I don't try to
I need more evidence. I'm sorry. I need some evidence.
Like, I'm not going to believe in aliens until one comes and sits down and has dinner with my ass. You know,
yeah,
that's
exactly.
No,
do you know about the slit experiment with the
Yes.
molecules?
Yes.
Do you know, JJ, about the
I'm
slit
not sure. I
experiment?
might, but I don't know what you mean. The
Okay,
slit
so
experiment.
they were firing these lasers through these 2 slits. Was it
Yeah.
4?
I think it
No,
was 4
Yeah, it was
because they
it-
changed it around.
Yeah, it was 4 slits, I believe. And they were firing these lasers through there. And when the lasers went through, all the molecules kind of separated and whatnot. When no one was paying attention, as soon as the people turned around and looked at it, the lasers were perfect.
Oh yeah.
But when we turn around and are not physically observing it, they act a completely different way. And they've
How do we know that?
measured because we've got machines that measure it.
Okay.
And they're like, the machines
So-
are like, oh my God, what's
okay.
going on?
Okay.
Wait a
So
minute,
I'm
they
just for my
changed.
understanding. So it has to be human eyeball
It
observation,
was, human
not
observation,
machines.
Wasn't it?
because I had heard before that that observation, even cameras or digital digital
it-
observation.
It might
in-
be
in-
that I'm don't take my
Yeah.
1,000%
Okay.
word
I don't
for it.
know.
I'm just going off of memory from this. It was a really cool. There's things happening that we as little stupid apes don't have a clue what's going on.
Electron microscope. Okay. All right.
Now let's talk about your favorite actor in the world. Alec Baldwin.
I like
Bruce
Danny
Campbell?
Trejo.
Oh, I actually rode an elevator with him.
Did
Oh,
you
really?
Yeah, I did.
I'm kind of jealous.
It was totally freaky.
He seems like he would be a cool dude.
He was.
He
It was
used
at
to
a
be.
convention.
He used to be like a real like banger, like a real criminal.
Straight up, yeah.
I heard this one story where like he has a tattoo of a woman on his chest or whatever, and then he met this actress, and he thought the actress looked exactly like his tattoo, and he told her like he was just amazed that he met her. So they were working on a movie together, and he was like, "I got out of jail, but I would go back for you." Okay. Breaking Bad actor Danny Trejo says, "I'm 55 years clean and sober today by the grace of God." I love this kind of stuff.
Mhm.
Danny Trejo, legendary tough guy actor, star of Machete. He went to X on Wednesday to praise God and proclaim he is 55 years sober. And he also reminded anyone who might be struggling that they can do it too. Here's his tweet. "I'm 55 years clean and sober today by the grace of God. I've done this one day at a time. And for anyone out there struggling, you can too." So that's good stuff. Awe-inspiring, got 4.8 million views. Way to go, Danny Trejo. So look, people like your life is hard. Okay. Your life is hard. Your life is hard. And there's times where it gets so hard that the only thing you can do is try to escape the experience by drugs, alcohol, booze, gambling, whatever triggers that dopamine release in your brain. And you can get enslaved to that escape mechanism. And but you're not trapped forever. You can get out. And I think that's important for people to hear. Been a Trejo fan since Dusk Till Dawn. Yes, Dusk Till Dawn is a great movie.
Yeah, that is a good movie. That was during the day when Quentin Tarantino was trying to make himself an actor. He was really trying really hard. To
He was in True Romance.
So
And
yesterday, Ashley and I
Radio
were
Games.
talking about she's doing the keto, and we were talking. I was making some lunch for us, and I made some green beans and grilled up a couple of steaks. And she was like, "What's in the oven?" I was like, "A couple of biscuits." And she's like, "Oh, I can't eat those." And I was like, "Why?" She's like, "I'm doing keto." I was like, "Oh, I didn't know that." I was like, "Okay, I'm good to know, so I can be aware of that and keep it in consideration." And so she was saying, "Have you not noticed that I haven't drank Sprite in a while?" And I was like, "I did notice that there wasn't any Sprite in the refrigerator for a while." She's like, I'm strictly doing water, blah, blah, blah. I was like, "Good for you." And so we were talking about, she used to be a Mellow Yellow freak. Like,
Oh yeah.
and we used to joke that she was addicted to Mellow Yellow. She was addicted
Yeah.
to Mellow Yellow. And when she got off Mellow Yellow, she'd get back on Mellow Yellow. and she'd get off Mellow Yellow. It was like a drug. So she weaned
Sugar
herself off
is, yeah.
Mellow Yellow, and then she got on Sprite, and she was good. She did not, unless she cheated. I don't know if she cheated, but she never drank Mellow Yellow. She always drank Sprite, and now she don't. There's one unopened
No
Sprite
soda.
bottle in the refrigerator that's kind of like
that's awesome
for safety. So we were talking yesterday, and she was talking about, I said, you almost sound like an addict. You know, if we were replacing the word Mellow Yellow with vodka, you would be an addict. Because I said, you are the type of person, I said, you're not like me. I can go out, have a beer or have a drink and not have another one for 6 months and be completely fine. I haven't had an alcoholic beverage in like 3 months. And that was just because we went out with some friends one night in the lake and I just drank one. You know, it was like a little fruity pineapple drink. I don't have to drink, but she can't. And this is what I said. I said, I couldn't bring you one Mellow Yellow and you drink it and you not have another Mellow. She's like, no, I would have to go get another one.
Yeah.
Like that's
so weird
an addiction. You were addicted to Mellow Yellow. That's an addiction. That's the definition.
Yeah.
People are like, I'm not addicted to this stuff. You drink 3 liters of Diet Coke a day. There was a coworker, Cindy, my coworker, drinks like 5 freaking Diet Cokes a day. A day.
Is it working for her?
Oh, she eats goldfish crackers and pretzels, and she's the healthiest person in the face of the world. So yeah.
Yeah, you guys, check everybody out there. Look, there's no harm. Check yourself. Maybe you're addicted to something. It could be
sugar.
It could be sugar. It's probably sugar.
It's probably sugar.
It's probably sugar. All right, guys, joke time. What is worse than finding a worm in your apple?
Finding a half a worm in your apple.
You bastard.
I posted this one on the Discord the other day, so I'm sure y'all saw it. But in honor of what you said a minute ago, do you know what the plastic surgeon's favorite food is?
No.
What is it?
Chicken salad.
Chicken salad.
You know, yeah, breast implants.
Oh, breast and plants. That's pretty good.
Okay.
That's pretty good. All right. I had one here specifically. I had this come up and I was like, I'm going to save this for a Friday when Sinister's with us. All right. What's the best way to make holy water?
Boil the
hell out of it. That's right. Sister
wins
that one today.
All right. Thank you guys for watching the show. We'll be back next week. If you haven't already, like, subscribe. Thanks for hanging out this long. We are your two dads. This is rumble.com/JJW.
If you're in the Discord, I will post my taser video.
Here's he got tased. You got tased. He got tased. Let's go check it out. Discord right there. It's in the link in the description. Bye, everybody.
He pees himself.